let's go join and raid Dov's stream. Jesus.
Oh man,
We're
I'm
gonna close
accidentally
this out
getting
here
the
today.
sound
I'm
for
gonna post
Italian
up
stream
a
right
quick-
now. That's embarrassing. And there's no music, so let's get that going. Da 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 da. I promise, guys, I'm professional. Here we go. Now we got some of that classic Med 2 music. What's up, everybody? Italian Spartacus. People are flooding in here now. Alright, alright. What's up, what's up? Faust coming in hard with the two pounds. Alright. Hello, hello. Welcome. Got Misha, Ryan Schmidt. Welcome. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. We're gonna have some fun today. Yeah, big thanks. 8,000 subs. It's huge. It's honestly massive. Huge thanks to all of you. Obviously, it's because of you guys that we are doing this. But we're gonna go ahead and get a little bit of a King of the Hill set up here. So bear with me just a moment. I'm not super prepared for this, but hey, we're gonna get it going. Alright, so let's go ahead and get in here. Looks like somebody's already got a lobby up, so and we're getting both the musics now, which is great. Alright, alright. Beastmen. Okay, okay, I think we can make that happen. Alright, alright. Holy cow, there's a million people here now. Sweet, sweet. Cool, cool. Cool, cool. Reptile, we got Misha, we got Wickedy, Schmarmstone, Manazar, Apiodici. I think Falcon might be AFK here. Falcon, are you there? I think he's here. Alright, let's get it going. Oh, just kidding, he left. Where did he go? Okay, let me rehost. Okay, here we are. Just getting things set up. Sorry guys, taking a little bit long time, but let's zoom on over to the screen here. We can go ahead and kind of fade the music out a little bit. What's up? Hello, hello. So we're gonna get King of the Dead going, I guess, in this first one. We'll see. I think Turin might want to mix in here a few games if he's around. If any of you, the rest of you guys who have keys, if you're watching, if you want to jump in here. Cool, so we already got a couple people. It looks like Claxton Soothsayer's in, so we'll get him going. And yeah, here we go, here we go. 8K, thanks, Legatus. It's awesome. Nerf Falcon hashtag. Oh man. I want to have some fun. Let's go with Bretonnia. And let's ban Vampire Coast and Tomb Kings. So, okay, so he's obviously going to go Lizardmen then. That's fine. I was hoping we could potentially get this matchup going, so let's see what we can do here. Let's see what we can do. So, yeah. Let me go ahead and throw this guy up here. And I do maybe pump it out a little bit there. There we go. That's decent. And now it's not covering the names at least. It's pretty off-center. That's bothering me, but I'm going to try and not look at it. Okay, let's see. We can probably do away with those things. Hello, hello. Dowie for the win. Oh, yeah. Dowie would be pretty good here as well. King of the Dead, of course. Upset that I banned two undead factions, but no, I am not a developer of the game. No, I'm just a multiplayer content creator. Just a veteran of the Total War franchise. For those of you guys who don't know me, I have a multiplayer channel. I've played every Total War game since the original Shogun Total War, and so you could say I'm experienced with the franchise itself. Haven't really played multiplayer until now, but yeah, it's definitely an interesting one. I'm a huge fan of this game in particular. And the multiplayer scene, just super awesome to see, you know, everyone come together and everything. So yeah, I'm excited to be here. We're gonna get it going here. Yeah, so many streams. Feral Dread Saurian loses to Giant. He does, especially two Giants. That is true, Falcon. Hey, Falcon, by the way, if you want to get on the list, I can throw you on here if you want to jump in this King of the Hill. Oh, no unit caps. Oh, no, we're for sure doing unit caps. Okay, so let's get that going, and okay, we got them. Let's get that. What else do we want? We probably need some of these. Oh man, I'm so expensive. This is super expensive. What happened? There we go. That feels much better. Okay. Okay. I don't make lore videos, no. I primarily just cover multiplayer on my channel, so yeah. War Wagon spam go? Yeah, not quite. Tomb Kings in multiplayer. Tomb Kings are really good, actually. Tomb Kings are really strong. They're one of the strongest factions. Undead in general, because of their faction mechanics, they don't rout, which yeah, is definitely a good thing for them. Tomb Kings in general just have a lot of really good units. They're very competitive in general, so yeah. Let's get it going. You guys are going to love this build, by the way. Alright, I guess I can reveal now the secret. So yeah, if I can get this going there we go. Alright. So yeah. Tomb Kings in Age of Sigmar. Oh, yeah. They might buff the Dread Saurian. I don't know if it's necessarily that they need to buff it, or if it's just that they need to, like, give it more mass, which I guess would technically be a buff, or just, like, fix its animations. Whoops, I did not mean to select this map, but that's fine. We'll play on this map. That's totally fine. This is going to be bad, but considering the build I have, I definitely did not want to play on this map, but that's fine. You know what? That's fine. Let's see here. King of the Dead loading in from a very far away place. So yeah. Here we go. Holy cow, 109 people watching already. That's massive. So yeah, we got some Bretonnia here. Going to be taking Albric. Got some blessed field trebuchets, but unfortunately this map is actually going to be pretty bad for them because of their arc of fire. They might have some issues here. We'll see. We'll see. We'll kind of try and spread them out a little bit through this backline area. And then let's go up front with the mobs. Mobs are very useful at soaking charges and missiles, so they will be up front. Then we're going to want some peasants in the center. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, gonna need to grab some water in a second. And we'll have you guys in the back line there. Let's get that in group 2. Group 3 here. And we want you guys relatively close by. You guys can go out here together, I think. And yeah, let's put these guys on guard mode. Whoops. Let's go. See how this goes. Oh, we got the Dreadsaurian. Let's make sure we get the Razordon hunting packs, maybe? Cold One Spear Riders instead. What does he got? Just lots of stuff, so yeah. Definitely gonna want to move up like this. Get some stuff going around here. Alberic's taking a couple shots, but that's totally fine. Blessings are being distributed amongst the lizard folks, which is great. So yeah, actually we might kind of want to just actually fold back from this a little bit and maybe not take this too early on. I do want to try and generate some value here, so let's not get too crazy there. Mostly just killed skinks, that's fine. They did buff Razordon hunting packs. I have not actually gotten a game in with the new Razordon hunting packs, but I guess we can send our peasants in. See if we can get a 2-on-1 up on the high ground there. You come over here. Get you guys going up here. Let's get this line advancing as well up here. I don't know that we can get a 2-on-1, so let's just kind of fold back for now. Let's get you guys going here. Make sure we pre-heal a little bit there. You guys need to soak in the front line. You coming up and around the back. Let's also drop a heal there. Doing good, doing good. The support's where it needs to be, so Albrecht needs to cycle up and around. Let's get you guys out. You stayed probably a little bit over long, but that's fine. That's not good, but you guys can rear charge there. Power Stone going. You guys are not doing anything, so push through. You guys likewise. We need you over here. Albrecht's back up in the air. Shit, I'm losing the companions, though. That's not good. Let's just hold off for now. Maybe swing up and around and go support over on that side to give anti-large to those other guys. In the meanwhile, we'll just continue pounding here in the center. Let's keep going after those Razordons there. And we'll just path these peasants in over here. The Manticore is chasing me, which is totally fine. That's totally fine. Let's go ahead and drop a heal on those guys. Those questing knights, again, are probably staying a little bit over long, but I'm not honestly too worried about it for the time being. Let's get these companions kind of up in here in a position to protect a little bit. Albrecht just got a really nice dive right there. That hopefully is going to proc a tear route there. That's good. That's what we want. Okay, let's get these guys pulling back. Peasants are chasing skinks, which is just amazing here. Yeah, you guys need to get out. We can just kind of hold up here for now. Doing pretty good damage in with those trebuchets. Definitely doing a good job. So let's kind of just kind of sit back and think about how we want to take this. I think that looks like a pretty good engagement there. Those guys still have 36 models, so let's give them a regrowth. And just pull these guys back a little bit here. Probably should have given that regrowth to Albrecht. That's fine. That's totally fine. Let's actually do this. Try and get him onto the ground here. And let's throw a little bit of a wave action down the line here. Oh man, that just did so much friendly fire. That totally was not worth it. I think I just lost the game with that. Oh man, that was bad. And Albrecht just got killed. Yep, that's game. That's game right there. Yep, it's over after Albrecht got killed. I couldn't get him out of there. Ugh. Yep. Feels bad. Yeah, I feel like I could have won that, though, if I had played a little bit better with my questing knights. I mean, we initially did quite a bit of damage to the Dread Saurian. I just stayed in combat a little bit too long there. But, yeah. I mean, I think that build definitely, the build that I have definitely works. But, yeah, I had made a big mistake there. Instead of dumping that regrowth onto Albric, I put it on the knights. That was a big mistake. If I had put it on Albric instead, he probably would have lived through that last engagement. But, yeah. Yeah, Albric got smashed. That's weird, because I haven't seen... I don't know if they changed something about the Dread Saurian, but it looks like they maybe fixed the attack animations on it, but... Yeah. Alright, so I'm going to back out, rejoin as a spectator, and we'll get the next blood in here. Let's see. Da-da-da. Yeah, a different map would have helped, too. True that. That map was so bad. Like, oh, man... Yeah, I almost want to just rematch just because of that new map, but... Yeah. Yep. Just getting caught up on chat real quick. Von Karstein, yeah, that you got a couple of Dark Souls references there on that Fire Salon video. Yeah, hopefully you guys watched the Fire Salon video as well. It was a ton of fun. I am super happy about that. So. Okay, so let's get Claxlin in here. Yeah, I feel like I could have won that. I definitely had the right build, but I just played it a little bit wrong there. Probably should have focused more rather than going so heavily after the Dread Saurian on the initial engagement. I probably should have just focused on killing all the Saurus infantry support first, because there honestly wasn't that much infantry support, right? So yeah, if I could have gotten rid of a lot of the infantry support first, then Albric himself can just cycle charge. Likewise, I think, yeah, honestly, just having Albric go after Nakai instead of the Dread Saurian probably would have been a lot better, because I probably could have sniped Nakai, honestly, with Albric, but... Alright, King of the Dead going coast, and he's going to ban High Elves and Wood Elves. So we'll go ahead and pop this in here. Just kind of sit back for a minute. I thought of doing an Empire thumbnail, but I had made that thumbnail and actually didn't end up using it for another video, so yeah. Figured Nakai with his lollipop just saying hello to Cetra's kitty. That was a pretty good thumbnail, but yeah. What's up, Wick D? You missed me picking a terrible map and losing because of it. I'm not going to say that was the only reason, but... Oh man, looks like we're going to have Dwarves. Dwarves versus Vampire Coast. Flaxland and I actually played a couple of battles earlier, so yeah. I'm going to be showing one of them. One of them was really good. The other ones were I got smashed, because Flaxland's really good, right? But one of them was actually really good. We had a Skaven versus Empire game that was really interesting. I definitely think it's worth showing, but maybe I'll just show you guys the replay today. I already have a ton of videos casted, I'm not going to lie. So... right? Hey, thanks, Aristo. I know, right? Amisha, you have no power here. Just a little Grima Wormtongue cackle. Hiles and what else? I probably would ban Dwarves, actually, as King of the Dead. Oakenhammer, cool. Getting the map selection locked in. Yeah, I don't know. I think Coast have enough bad matchups now. Like, I think the Empire matchup is going to be bad because of Huntsman. Like, Dwarfs is also tough for them. Yeah, I just think that Coast is actually going to be reasonably well balanced in the next patch, I think. Just because they'll have a few matchups that are pretty one-sided against them. But, yeah. His giant lollipop. I know, right? It's kind of silly. It is a little silly, I'm not going to lie. But it's fun. I like it. Yes, you can, but please don't, Aristo. What else? So he's basically, in this King of the Hill, the way the format works is the reigning king, right, the person who wins, gets to pick, they get to pick first and ban 2 factions. And then the second player picks their faction and also picks the map that they're fighting on. So, you know, it's potentially a pretty interesting situation, but I'm very curious to see. It should be an interesting one. I give this matchup very much in the Dwarves' favor, but it kind of just depends on some certain things. But hey, thanks, Sasbros. It's going great, man. I'm loving this new DLC. I'm not gonna lie. I was thinking maybe of playing a little campaign later today if you guys are down, but yeah, this is my favorite DLC by far. My Lord Pack, I should say. I'd probably say the faction packs are a whole separate thing, but yeah, cool. Looks like we're getting going here. Let's get the old screen blocker out of the way. Give Misha the power she deserves. Wood Elves is bad. I strongly disagree with that, but that's fine. Wood Elves are just really hard to be good with, but if you're good with them, they're really strong. Potentially. Yeah, the new Empire campaign units look really cool. I'm very excited to jump into that. Yep. Hulkmania, Dov craze. Oh yeah, here we go. So, let's have a look at these builds here for Tlaxon Soothsayer's Dwarfs. Looks like he's got old Gromby leading the way. Gromby did get a price reduction, as did a lot of Dwarf Lords, actually. Most infantry lords on foot across the board got price reductions, which of course means all Dwarf Lords did. Grombrindle's no exception. Looks like he's got Slayers, Dragonback Slayers, Dwarf Warriors, and yeah, Longbeards up in front. Very interesting. Lots of Rangers and Quarrelers. Interesting. So just going super wide on missiles. Definitely understood in this matchup. Let's look on the flip side here. We've got, oh man, this could be trouble if Tlaxon doesn't have the right counters. And it does look like Queen Bess is kind of parked right here behind the hill anyway, so unless he had a cannon like out on this side, it's going to be hard to hit. I mean, that being said, there aren't that many high value units for Queen Bess to shoot directly, but it is still going to generate some pretty good value regardless. We've got a Carronade here as well, a couple of Depth Guard, dual hand weapons, Scurvy Dogs, we've got 2 Bats, a whole bunch of Zombies. Zombies did get a pretty significant health nerf. You can see they're down to 8,000 health now, which is quite nice for everyone else. So yeah. Yes. We shall see. Good old Bessie. I do love some Queen Bess action. We'll see how this goes here. These Ulthuar's Raiders, Rangers, a lot of interesting units here, but got Scurvy Dogs out on the flanks in some Vanguard positions. Looking to chew on some Dwarves. They honestly aren't going to have that many good targets to go after. I mean, they'll be okay against Rangers, I guess, and chasing routing units, of course. But yeah, the new Dwarf runes. I don't think he brought a runesmith, but the new Dwarf runes are absolutely insane. And Queen Bess immediately going to be opening up shots. Again, there's no specific target that's super high value, except for maybe the Dragonback Slayers, but I think they're fast enough that they can maybe dodge those shots. The Carronade actually is going to be a little bit of a rough pick here just because it doesn't have that many targets to shoot at, but a really nice dodge there from Tlaxon Soothsayer. The cannon shot obviously is quite slow, so we'll see. If he's on point, he can probably dodge quite a few of the shots here, but oh, that's going to be direct hit, just deleting the Ulthuar's Raiders there. A really nice high-value target to take out immediately, and you can see these Fellbats and the Scurvy Dogs just kind of maintaining visibility at this point. So yeah, those Ulthuar's Raiders might get routed off, but ooh, yeah, that shot fell pretty well short there, so that's not the best, but it does look like the Ulthuar's Raiders going to get routed off, unfortunately, by those bats. The bats are definitely taking a beating, but oh man, the Queen Bess shots honestly kind of being wasted there. You probably should switch targets onto another target now that Ulthar's Raiders have been wrecked so thoroughly. But yeah, oh, he did catch those scurvy dogs with a flash bomb, and they're taking some hits. There's crumbling, not too happy about their life, but there's another hit from Queen Bess on those Rangers. He really needs to get some Rangers up into range to start shooting the artillery crew. That's going to be really the best way of taking it out for the Dwarves, but we'll see. Looks like, again, a same shot on that second unit. Still kind of wasting the shots a little bit there, but we'll see. Zombie's going to come forward. But I don't think they're going to be able to set a good enough edge here. I do think that Tlaxon Soothsayer can potentially get some of his ranged units up in here and start firing. Let's see if that's what he chooses to do. But, I mean, obviously, there's a lot of value here for the Vampire Coast and these 2 artillery pieces that are very vulnerable to these Rangers. So, I would really, you know, that's what I would do at least in this situation. But we'll see. Death Guard are going to do okay in the front line. They don't have the best AP values, but, I mean, obviously they're quite an elite unit with just high weapon strength in general. So, we'll be able to make some pretty good contact there. Looks like the bombs are actually doing okay there against Grombrindle, or sorry, the Longbeards. And Grombrindle Has No Fear has been popped, and oh man, wow, yeah, those bombs are actually doing pretty legit damage. I don't think I've ever seen them do that much damage before, but unfortunately Queen Bess has used up most of her ammo at this point, so not really a ton of use in, you know, trying to interrupt that, but oh man, a little bit of a hit there on those Dwarf Warriors, but we'll see. I don't know if Queen Bess actually got enough value is the thing, even with the hits that she did make. I mean, I guess if you added up all the army value there, then perhaps, but, oh, is that going to be a hit? Really, really accurate hit on those Rangers there. But again, there's just, yeah, this front line for the zombies is obviously going to crumble very quickly, and I honestly am not a fan of Depth Guard here at all. Their low model count, the fact that they have no missile block chance, and, I mean, yeah, they don't even have anti-infantry. I thought maybe they did, but yeah, I'm really not a fan of that pick here, to be honest. I think it would be better to have gone with the crabs instead, but we'll see. We'll see. Units pushing around the flank here. We've got Longbeards and Dwarf Warriors. They did get into some Depth Guard, and the Depth Guard will do okay, but again, just the low model count there kind of works against them. It does look like we've got a Gunnery Wight who's supplying ammo to Queen Bess, but Grombrindle himself has got back here, and oh man, Noctilus is being very brave here in challenging Grombrindle one-on-one, but that is also potentially very foolish. If he ends up taking a ton of damage there, Grombrindle could potentially take him out, especially with the Flash Bomb, because it does have a melee defense component. If he gets a hold, and you can see the Dwarves are actually starting to take a lead on the balance of power, despite the work that Queen Bess has done. A lot of these Dwarf units are still very resilient, of course, in terms of their leadership. And the Vampire Coast, not really working out in terms of attrition. We'll see. It's still anyone's game at this point. But Grombrindle definitely getting in here and interrupting these artillery crews was great. I'm not sure, did Queen Bess actually... Oh, looks like he actually dismounted the crew there to go run to the other side of the field. So that's fine. Dragonback Slayers have basically taken no damage, though, at this point. Keep in mind, that's probably one of the reasons why the balance power is so serious. And the bombers are starting to get ground down by Dwarven Infantry. Over here, really all that's left is the Depth Guard, who are getting a heal, but still... there's a lot of Dwarf units rallying here. The Ulthar's Raiders can come back and start to drop some armor sundering and whatnot. So yeah, we'll see. Gunnery Wight also got flash bombed and is getting destroyed by Grombrindle. Oh man, old Gromby just going in for Pound Town on poor Gunny. Gunny is not made for this whatsoever. He is going to get destroyed. Although here comes Noctilus with his halberd, going to hopefully get a nice hit on Grombrindle's back. We'll see. Between the two of them, maybe they can help take this here, but looks like Queen Bess's crew is back online. Going to be continuing to provide some fire. Those Depth Guard are getting shot a little bit by some crossfire quarrelers. Pretty good stuff, but yeah, Gunny's desperately trying to get away there. Probably start shooting Grombrindle in the back, honestly, and supporting Noctilus in that way, but it does look like, yeah, enhanced ballistics, that's funny. For Gunny himself to try and increase his stopping power there. But yeah, bounce power dripping back slightly towards the Vampire Coast as, yeah, a lot of these units for the Dwarves are taking some damage. Likewise, Grombrindle not feeling great, but this is really bad. The cannon crew now finally has been compromised, and likewise this Queen Bess crew as well is probably not long for this world, but we'll see. If Grombrindle gets taken out by Noctilus, that will be really bad, but it does look like he's going to come back here, get some infantry support, and try and take out the old pirate if he can. Meanwhile, over here, this is potentially going to be a really nasty hit on those Dragonback Slayers. Granted, that is pretty risky to also be firing into those Depth Guard as well, but finally the Queen Bess crew gets inundated here by Dwarf Warriors and Longbeards, And that should be it. I think that's going to be the killing blow, as all of the units on this side have crumbled. Those depth guard are gone. There's still all these dwarf ranged units. Yeah, just too much. Too much for the Vampire Coast, as they're just getting ground down by dwarven crossbows, which, by the way, for those of you guys who haven't seen my tier list video, Quarrelers did get a damage buff. They got more straight up non-armor piercing and armor piercing damage. They did get a longer reload time as well, but still, very good stuff. Yeah, Gorok is a beast. It's true. Hey, Anti-Mage. Good to see you, man. Thanks. Thanks. So, Felcon, you're up next, right? Oh, man. Queen Bess just got a brutal hit there as the artillery crew is crumbling. But, oh, man. Gunny got the heal. Gunny gave himself some more ammo. He's popping Grombrindle, but I don't think Grombrindle's not happy about the situation. Ooh, the smoke bomb? Yep, he got smoke bombed, and that's it. That is going to be the end of days for that Gunnery White, and for the Vampire Coast in general. Noctilus still just complaining that no one's helping, but, you know, hey, can't do it all yourself, Nocty boy. And with Gunnery White gone, that's going to be pretty much critical army losses, I would think, but, yeah. And no worries, Felcon, no worries. No worries. Might see if Turin's up for a game. I think Turin's going to be joining, so give me just a sec here. As Noctilus gets killed. And the Gunnery White gets killed. Cool, so yeah, we're going to have Turin joining next to battle Flaxland Soothsayer. So yeah, should be a good one. Should be a good one. Yeah. We just woke up from a nap to battle Sooth. Yeah. Yeah, Sooth with the angry Dawi win over the Vampire Coast. I know lots of Dawi fanboys out there, lots of haters for the Vampire Coast, so this one's definitely for the people. Just the Flying Slayer kicks to the head for Noctilus. Gromby beating him down, and that's game. So, well played to both players. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Yes. Yeah, Infantry Lord is quite viable. If not only that, but a free LC Infantry Lord is quite viable. I agree with Felcon there. So yeah, grudges settled. Even despite the Queen Bess getting a lot of work done, 148 kills still wasn't enough at the end of the day. Ultimately, the Carronade definitely wasn't worth it. And again, I already kind of spoke my piece about Depth Guard in this matchup. So yeah. Yes, indeed. We'll have King of the Dead back out here, and once he's out, then Turin can hop on in. So yeah. All right. Ugh. Okay. Okay, so yeah, more Thunderers. I think so too. Yeah, I think so too. But at the same time, I definitely get the going just super wide and cheap with Rangers, just because especially that they have better AP values now. You know, just having more volume of fire, I think, would be more impactful. So. So, yep, we're going to get the picks and bans going up in here. Let's get the army blocker back in place. And, yeah, cool. I actually haven't tried Anti-Mage. I have not got a chance to try Pegasus Knights since they got that change. So, we'll see. I really hope so. Because they were not the greatest before, for sure. But, yeah, Nakai is a little bit rough because of his low melee defense. Exactly. Okay, so Tlack's going for Empire. He's going to ban Dwarfs and Tomb Kings. So let's see What turn comes in with the counter pick? Yeah, we'll see. I mean, even the build that we have now is still not finalized technically, although I guess they did release the patch notes. But for some of the new stuff like Nikai, you could still see, you know, some updates to stats and so on. But I think, you know, any of the non-new stuff, now that the patch notes are out, I think that's all set in stone. But yeah. Yes, indeed. Oh, here we go. Chaos versus Empire. Should be a nice thematic matchup. This is a super fun matchup, and some of Empire's new tools are actually really good here. If you can get a decisive mobility advantage, the War Wagons are super strong in this matchup, and it's not super difficult to get a decisive mobility advantage. So yeah, interesting, very interesting. I think it's in the 30s in terms of his melee defense. We can you know, I'll tell you what. Let's get a couple more games on this King of the Hill, and then I'm gonna open it up for you guys to do a Q&A. So if you guys have questions, just save them for the time being, and then maybe in, I don't know, 2 or 3 more battles, we'll jump into the custom battle screen, and whatever questions you guys want to ask, I'm more than happy to answer. But yeah, it's in the 30s, I want to say, but we can check. We can definitely check. So yeah, interesting battle. Empire versus Chaos, Turin versus Flaxen Soothsayer. I'm excited, certainly, to watch. So yeah, I don't know if I've ever had Turin fighting on a live stream of mine before. Maybe once or twice before, but it should be interesting. Should be interesting. Yeah, the new Empire stuff in this matchup, besides the War Wagons, I mean, Marcus, he is good here. He's risky, but he's really good at sniping, like Kolek, obviously, or Big Bird has heavy missile resistance, but if you combo Wolfheart with a Witch Hunter, because the Witch Hunter's accusation actually gives negative missile resistance, so yeah, I mean, you can kind of use them in tandem. It brings them down to like 30-something missile resistance, which still isn't great. But it works. I mean, it kind of works. And granted, Big Bird's also pretty squishy against Griffin Lords, so if you choose to take, like, Karl Franz, for example, you know, he will put a beat down on Big Bird anyway. But yeah, interesting. We can throw you on the list, Gojira. Right now, there's no line. So, sure. I mean, you're going to have to face either Turin or Flaxen Soothsayer, but yeah, we can get you on the list. Sure, sure. He might have up to 40. Rip Goji. Yeah, he does have like 73 melee attack, but the issue is that Lords with low melee defense just they have a hard time in a lot of situations. They just get beat up, but yeah. Yep. Yep. Yeah, it's easy to hit Nikai, so yeah, maybe a bit of physical resistance wouldn't hurt, or even just increasing his base HP, I think, would be fine as well, but we'll see. We'll see. Should be an interesting one. Curious to see what these guys are going to be taking here. I don't think I can really look at their armies too much, but yeah. Yes. Yes. So I'm going to let Goji go, and then I think I'll play one more game, jump in and face whoever's the winner, and then we'll go to a Q&A, and then if you guys want to ask questions at that point, we can kind of go through, you know, different things, different new changes. We can go through the patch notes again. I already just released a video on them, but I mean, we can kind of talk about some of the changes and how I think they affect things, but there we go. Got the map locked in. I have not started with 40k yet. No, I don't really have money to invest in that right now, so yeah, Storm Fiends, Rat Riders. I think a lot of the end times specific units, I do think that maybe we'll see at some point in Game 3's life cycle, but I'm not really sure. I mean, that's kind of just a shot in the dark, but my guess is, I mean, they have enough content to last them as long as they want, basically. So as long as people will keep buying it, I think they'll keep making it, honestly. But yeah. Well, Gorok starts with Lord Croak unlocked, right? So I mean, it depends on if you think that's fun or not, but it's certainly powerful. Gorok's campaign, or sorry, Nakai's campaign I actually have not played. I've been too busy playing Empire campaigns, so yeah. Alright, looks like these guys are going to get going here. We'll get in for a... change the screen blocker out, get in for a match. And yeah. Awesome. 133 people. Holy cow. I think this might be a record for my stream. But welcome. Hope y'all are enjoying yourselves. So, we've got the Empire. Let's see what they brought in terms of Karl Franz. Okay, great swords up front and spearmen. No big surprises there. I mean, I do think it's maybe a bit safer to go with Karl Franz, even though Wolfheart is a bit cheaper. It can be relatively risky. It does look like he has Warrior Priest with Shield of Faith, Hammer of Sigmar, and Soulfire, all three. So that's going to be really good for buffing up this frontline position here. And oh, looks like we got a bit of lag. Well, hopefully no one dropped. That would be bad. Oh, we're all good. Okay. Looks like it's stabilizing. So yeah, we've got this heavy line of great swords here. Stirland's Revenge, Spearmen in the back line here, Royal Altdorf Griffites, Empire Knights. Yeah, I like this build quite a bit. Up against some heavy chaos, we've got Sarthorail, a couple of Chaos Chariots here, Mixed Marauders, and Mirror Guard in the front line. We've got a Hound Squad over on the side with some Forsaken. Interesting choice. I'm not the biggest fan of Forsaken, but Chaos Knights with Lances as well. Pretty decent in this matchup. Some Marauders over there. I guess these are actually Lances. Yeah, interesting. Very interesting to go with the Chaos Knights with Lances. I'm curious to see how that performs here. Karl is obviously a big, scary combatant, so we'll see. Yeah, I would agree with that, Felcon. I would agree with that. I haven't tried. They just updated Razordons to be better in the build that we got, I think, today. So yeah, I haven't tried them yet, but we'll see. We will see. So yep. Here we go. So, right off the bat, Turn's going to be sizing up his opponent's force. Pretty narrow Empire army, honestly, in terms of the deployment and unit size and everything. So, looking to be getting a little bit of an advantageous position here. Turn already sweeping up and around the flank here to do some skirmishing. Big Bird, obviously, probably carrying, let's see, Plague of Rust and Searing Doom only. So, definitely going to be looking to get some Rust action and then generate some value with some of these high-value units. But, yeah, the Chaos Knights are going to have to be careful. Getting dived on by Karl will hurt significantly, and Stirland's Revenge doing a great job fending off those Marauders there. They're going to have to be careful not to get too involved as the, you know, yeah, Chaos Chariots will take quite a bit of damage from those Stirland's Revenge, but we'll see. Turin very patiently kind of just harassing a little bit here, getting some good fire on those Spearmen. Probably going to be getting some fire on those Empire Knights as well. But, oh man, Carl drops down immediately to go after some Chaos Marauders here for a quick hit and run charge. That is a bit risky with those Chaos Knights in vicinity, but Turin not able to respond in time with those Hounds and those Chaos Knights, unfortunately. So we'll get some free damage on those Marauders there. Meanwhile, again, the game of positioning continues. You can see Tlaxon Soothsayer is kind of taking up a bit of a position here to use this cliff face, you know, to his advantage, but Chaos Knight's going to be making their way around. He's going to have to be careful. The general melee engagement will be proceeding here very shortly, but I would think that these Chaos Knights just directly charging, oh man, that's a brutal side charge into some unbraced spears, and then they can immediately probably follow up into the Altdorf Griffites. We'll see, but Altdorf Griffites now countercharging. The Hounds and other units going to break away there, try and lead them on a wild goose chase, and ooh, man, that's a little bit rough. Because those Hounds are breaking up the Chaos Knights' charge, they're not going to get that good of a charge, but Carl's going to dive down here. The Empire Knights also responding. I love the recolor for the Empire Knights. They look so much better now than just that plain gray. But yeah, going to be a bad situation for the Chaos Knights immediately, but Chariots do come in here, get a really nice charge against those great swords. Empire Knights immediately swinging over in that direction. There's just a lot of threats from Chaos right now. All different mobile threats on all different sides. So it's going to be tough to protect all of this for the Empire. And another beautiful charge on some unbraced spearmen here by those Chaos Knights. A really, really nice overcast Searing Doom there to get a ton of those spearmen and other units. Unfortunately, those Chariots did get fully caught up there by those Empire Knights, and they are pinned in now. And Sarthrel's also potentially in some huge trouble. Karl Franz pops everything off. He's coming in here, Reichland Runefang, you know, Galmaraz, all that jazz. But here come the Chaos Knights to support Big Bird. And they're going to come in here and crush a lot of these Empire supporting units as well. So a very good battle so far. In the center, you can see the Warrior Priest buffing things up. And with the loss of the Chariots, I do think that Turin's going to lose out on quite a bit of value there. Likewise, the Chaos Knights' Lances have taken quite a bit of damage. And the Royal Altdorf Griffites still very healthy. That has tipped the balance of power somewhat. But there are still quite a few Chaos Knights with Lances here getting a good charge, hit and run there. But oh man, that's painful. Those Mirror Guard just taking a nasty charge there from those Empire Knights and Karl Franz himself. Everyone juiced up together. So yeah, things are not looking great for Turin. He's definitely still got a pretty strong mobile force over here though. Maybe Plague of Rust on these Royal Altdorf Griffites and throwing some javelins at them. Potentially get him back in this game, terrify away some of these Empire State Troop Spearmen and more. I mean, Big Bird is still relatively healthy, so it's anyone's guess, but I just think he's going to have struggle in taking out Karl Franz. But yeah, Searing Doom really nicely played there, very good against heavy cavalry, does a ton of damage to those Empire Knights. Nice way to kind of try and bring the game back, but Big Bird's in trouble. He's got the Royal Altdorf Griffites and Karl breathing down his neck, trying to get back to the support of those Marauder Horsemen, but they're really not going to do a whole lot in melee. Chaos Knights instead countercharging here, but that's also just going to sacrifice them. So yeah, I think Turin just didn't quite have the right build this time around. I definitely like the Chaos Knights with Lances in this matchup, but I think he just really didn't have the right tools to deal with Karl at the end of the day. And yeah, the Chariots were a good idea, but maybe just going a little bit wider on shielded infantry, bringing like some Chosen and stuff. Not really sure. I personally really like the Weird Spawn in this matchup. Because they have Armor Sundering and Heavy Mass, they can block up Karl Franz, and then if you combine that with Plague of Rust, you get minus 90 armor in total. You can tear them apart with non-armor piercing units quite easily at that point, but yeah. Turin catching a charge here from these Empire Knights on his Marauders. Because of their light armor, they will take quite a bit of damage there. But the Chaos Knights, both kind of in a position to support Sarthrel here. Unfortunately, the Spearmen are just holding their leadership, not getting terrified there, which is really bad for Chaos. Over here, those Mirror Guard just got completely smashed. So, yeah, a little bit of a rough game for Turin, but very strong build from Tlaxon Soothsayer, I would say. Yeah. Pretty straightforward, but the Warrior Priest especially supporting that frontline engagement. And oh man, a unit of Forsaken forgotten about in the back the whole time. That's rough for Turin. He definitely could have used them in the frontline engagement sooner. But honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of Forsaken. They have really low health and melee defense. They also have a really low model count. I don't like them in any matchups really. But anyway, yeah. Yes. Yes, so I think that's pretty much it. Chaos Knights are going to try and at least make it respectable here, but all this juiced up Endfire, I mean, there's still all these great swords here. Karl himself, the Royal Altdorf Griffites, the healer's been able to keep everyone healthy, so yeah. Oh man, the sad Forgotten Forsaken. Gonna get, oh man, I think those great swords just barely missed him. Maybe? Oh, they can get a couple hugs in. Oh man, it's such a nasty unit. I really wish Forsaken were better. Honestly, they would just need to give them more models, I think, and they would be much, much better. Like, if they bumped them up to 75 unit models rather than 60, I think they'd be a lot better. But as it is right now, I would definitely not recommend taking them. Bit of a swing and a miss there by Big Bird, but that's okay. He is starting to do some damage here to these great swords, and finally the spears are routing off. But yeah, I mean, he's getting really close to critical army losses at this point, and it's just a matter of time. Oh, yep, here it comes. I don't think he can dodge this charge here from Carl. Oh man, Big Bird takes a hit there. Yep, took quite a hit there. And he's getting charged at now by Empire Cav. I think that's it. Yep, critical army losses hits for the rest of the army, and it's now just Big Bird alone to get killed by everything. So GG. Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. Yeah, I think honestly Turn's build just lacked a little bit in anti-large. The Forsaken ended up being a really rough pick. I definitely would have cut them out for just regular Chaos Warriors. And yeah, I mean, obviously the Knights with Lances, it's interesting. You know, it's interesting. In this matchup, I would almost just trade one of them out for the, like I said, the Weird Spawn. For the extra armor sundering, I think is super solid here. But against both great swords, heavy cav, if you can get a surround on Carl. So, yeah. Forsaken. Yep. Cool. Yeah, thanks, Turn. Yeah. Marcus is a pretty common pick in that matchup, but that's the thing now is with Empires, it's like, do you plan for Marcus or do you plan for Carl? Because Carl will eat your breakfast if you don't have the right build, right? So, yeah. Yes. Turin, you know, you say you gotta go, but you're still in the lobby. So, the Wookiee must be washed. Yeah, I don't know. Did your game crash? Because it says you're still in the lobby. Oh, there we go. There we go. Now we can get Goji in here. Goji, if you're still out there. You're up, boy. Cool. Yeah, I'm always down for an Empire victory. We got a Dwarf victory in for today. Almost got a Bretonnia victory, but I screwed up on that one. Got Alberic very much killed, so... Yep. So without Falcon, we're going to watch Sooth be the Eternal King? Probably. I'm going to try and dethrone him after this, assuming Gojira loses, which, I mean, Gojira, I guess, could win, but... Yes. Spooks there. Minus 50 APM. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Beastmen. Okay, nice. We get to see some Beastmen today. Ban Lizardmen and Vampire Coast. Interesting. We'll see what Gojira chooses to counter the Beastmen with, but Beastmen are pretty strong. They are pretty strong. The buffed Minotaurs help, but play some goats. Yeah, let's get the goat boys going in here. I'm down for that for sure. So yep, get that moved up just a little bit here. Dwarves. I don't know. Dwarves, that matchup's interesting. Greenskins. Oh man, this should be fun. Oh man, I'm excited for this one. Greenskins versus Beastmen. This is a super interesting matchup. Ah, yep. Yeah, the models for Age of Sigmar do look great, I will admit. Games Workshop's done a great job with the new updated models, but we'll see. We'll see what Gojira goes with. Honestly, I'd probably go with Marbat's Tomb or Glacial Lake, just so I could start right next to the Beastmen, and not get shot by the Cygor as much as possible. But we'll see. He may not even bring the Cygor. Savage Orc Biggins is unstoppable. We'll see. We'll see. Because the thing about it is with some of the new tools, and I think like that was before people had discovered that Viletide actually does like a ton of damage. Like, because you can just blow up Biggins with Viletide easy. So, yeah. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, if anybody can stop them, it's Sooth. Tiny wood elf map. That's funny. Let's go ahead and throw this back up here. And yeah, we'll keep it going. Keep it going. Just gonna check my phone real quick. All the messages. All the messages. Cool. The Warzag tide will prevail. Yeah, we'll see, because likewise, Brain Burst. Brain Burst and Viletide are basically the same spell, for those of you guys who didn't know. But, yeah, I smell Centigores. We'll see. I personally like the pigs, the Razorgore herds, a lot more than Centigores right now. I think you can do a lot more with them, but we'll see. It's going to be interesting. It's doing good, Yosef. It's doing good. Been staying super busy, but, yeah. It's good. I got a camera just recently, like a really nice professional grade camera, so I'm going to be hopefully making some more non-Warhammer type content. I don't know. We'll see. I know I kind of talked about before doing some history videos. Never really got around to doing anything with it, but now that I actually have a camera, like a legit camera, we'll see. But as for this matchup, Soothsayer, might expect him to meme a little bit at this point, but probably not too hard. It is. I'm genuinely curious to see how he tries to handle this matchup. But oh man, oh yes, very interesting. I do want to see this unit in action here, so I'm very glad that he's choosing to take it. Very, very interesting. Yeah, I mean, that'll do. That will do. I'm a little hesitant about a couple of picks here, but I would change a couple things, but I think that's fine. I'm sure Sooth will make it work. They're just angry boys. It's true. Yeah, it's true. They are neutral. Believe it or not. Cool. People messaging me about work stuff. Not interested right now. I'm too busy playing Warhammer. Having a ton of fun. So yeah, hopefully you guys have enjoyed watching this. Again, we're going to be moving into a Q&A. I'm going to do one more battle after this, myself, against either of these two, and then we'll be going to... yeah, and then I'm going to go do a Q&A for those of you guys who want to ask questions. Can kind of run through new changes, what I think about different things. Hey, Jake Woo, good to see you. We are just hanging out. Just hanging out. Greenskins are the Swiss. They're angry. Angry Swiss. Gojira, as always, will take a sweet time picking his army, so no surprises there, but yeah. It is what it is, right? So, good stuff. Good stuff. I hope all of you have been enjoying. I know this early access time period has been by far one of my favorites, just obviously because I'm biased towards Empire, but just in terms of the content as well, like, the stuff that's been added is so cool. So cool. Especially the new Empire stuff, obviously, but yeah. Good times to be had for all. I can't wait for you guys to get your hands on the patch, honestly, too. So, yeah. Moving in now, we're going to be taking a look at one more battle here between Beastmen and the Greenskins. So let's start with the Green Tide. Azag up in the air. That's an interesting pick. Bit risky, but very interesting. He's got Biggins, Black Orcs, some Archers, some Cav, and some more Cav. I'm not a fan of these guys. Orc Board Boy Biggins are terrible in my view, so I very much don't use them. But the Spider, anti-large armor piercing, you know, I would have maybe liked to have seen the Queen for the extra summons and so on, but hey, it is what it is. Interesting. Does Gojira not have the Greenskins DLC? Because this is a complete non-DLC army. There are no regiments for Renown at all, which makes me question. Anyway, for Soothsayer here, we've got, Minotaurs, the anti-infantry type. They do properly have a bonus versus infantry now. If we take a look here, it is plus 18. So I'm very interested to see how that works out here. Against, like, the Black Orcs and Biggins, for example, we've got some Centigores, some regular Centigores, Besgor Herd and Gore Herd mixed with some Ungor Spears up front. And, oh man, this is going to be great. Spider Riders right on top of these Centigores here. We've also got Kazrak in the vicinity, so it's going to be a wild start to this battle. This full Vanguard just about Beastmen list, other than this unit of Besgor Herd and the Minotaurs, everything has Vanguard. Well, I guess the Bray Shaman doesn't as well, but... Kill the gits, yes. Get 'em, boys. We'll see. We'll see. The Wa is here, but it's gonna have some fighting to do for sure. These Minotaurs are gonna be nasty. Going to be interesting. Beastmen, of course, starting ahead on the balance of power, as is tradition. But yeah, let's throw down here. Oh, and immediately that Vanguard deployment starts. Unfortunately, those Centigores aren't going to get a charge off, but the other Centigores will get a charge off, and that should be enough to see those Spider Riders away. Likewise, Kazrak and these Spears coming in to block these Orc Board Biggins, and some Centigores also charging through. These Centigores might get caught up, but it looks like instead they just choose to directly charge in there. This Spider's really not in the best position, and likewise, that Wa was also popped a little bit late as well. Yeah, we'll see. But Centaur's coming over here. We've also got the Ungor Spearman herd pushing up and around this flank. But yeah, that initial loss of those light cavalry on this side is going to be very tough to come back from, especially those Orc Board Vigans, a relatively expensive unit. I mean, that being said, there is still the Spider in the center, but oh yeah, look at these. Look at this is the matchup I wanted to see here. The anti-infantry Minotaurs against Black Orcs are doing quite well. Definitely doing very well in that engagement. I also hear a Manticore summon going off. A little bit of blobbing action going on over on the far side here, but it looks like the Orcs actually not doing super well there. Black Orcs getting punished by Bestigor herd quite nicely. But yeah, we'll see. Centaur is going to get in the back line and get on these Night Goblin Archers, and it is already not looking great for Gojira. A minute and a half into this battle. I mean, granted, Glacial Lake, these two factions, you would expect it to go quickly, but yeah, I'm very impressed by that Minotaur performance. I actually have not tried the anti-infantry Minotaurs yet, but they are doing very well here, just tearing apart this unit of Black Orcs. So that's quite nice. The Spider, of course, still very healthy. There's honestly not going to be that many great tools for the Beastmen taking them out besides the Minotaurs. So, I mean, if he can take out the Minotaurs with some other units, he could potentially get the win still just with the Spider, but I don't know. The Spider's going to end up having leadership issues, I think, because everything else is getting routed off. Even these Black Orcs here just getting crumped on by best scores, and yeah, I think that's going to be a very quick victory for Soothsayer. Oh, man. Whew. Brutality. What are the best units on the High Elf roster? We can take a look at in a minute. In terms of multiplayer, probably the Handmaidens, in my opinion, right now. Honestly, I really like Handmaidens, but either you go with Alariel double Handmaiden or Techless double Handmaiden. They can shoot at range. They give you anti-large in melee. They're very strong units. Noble Chariot's also a really good one in a lot of matchups, but in my mind, like the matchups, especially where you struggle as the High Elves, you know, you just want to bring anti-large AP, and I think that because they have like a kind of the hybrid missile melee role, the Handmaidens do very well at that. But yeah, that was pretty one-sided. That was a quick one. But yeah. Alright, so we'll go ahead and back out and wait for Gojira to vacate that spot there. Whoops, not that. Yeah, we can do that for sure. For sure. As soon as we get this last game in, I just want to get one more game while I'm feeling it. Because I'm definitely having some fun with this, so. Cool. Cool. Yeah, Suse are dominating here today. Doing a great job. Great job. So, yeah. Good stuff. Beastmen never lose. I don't know. The Beastmen are strong, but they definitely have some factions which are tough, I would say. So, it's interesting. It's definitely an interesting one. But... just getting the picks sorted out here. So we'll see what he decides to go with, but yeah, very interested. See how this goes. Yeah. Oh man, going Empire, hit me where it hurts. Oof, big oof. No, not you, Google. Go away. I didn't ask you anything, Google. Ban Dwarfs and Tomb Kings. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Let's have a big think about what we want to do here. Let's have a big think. Could go with Bretonnia. Could do Bretonnia. I feel like that's a bit risky. But, you know what, actually? As much as I hate vampire counts, I think I might go with vampire counts. Yeah, let's do vampire counts. Let's have some fun. Okay, so what do we want to do here? We can do a few different things. It's an interesting one. This is an interesting matchup for sure. Let's have a bit of a think about how we're gonna do things here. Do I want that, or do I want something else? Is that do we need to go with Manfred? I don't think I actually need to. Okay, so let's actually go for... You know what? Let's have some fun. Let's have some... Oh, that's just so risky, though. You know what? Actually, we're going to take Vlad the Dad. He got a bit cheaper, so let's take Vlad on foot. He'll be nice and tanky. We can get Blood Drinker and the Karstein Ring. Yeah, let's just do Vlad. I like that. And I kind of want to grab some White Kings on foot as well, just to kind of saturate in the front line. And then let's grab some Skeleton Spears and some Zombies to act as the front line. And then For elites, definitely want 2 Blood Knights. Let's also grab Verex Reavers and the Dire Pack. And then from here, we don't have any units which cause terror, which is a little bit of a problem. I'm thinking we could maybe go with the Devils of Schwarzhofen, but it's so risky. Yeah, let's have some fun. We'll go with the Devils, and I mean, I could bring like the Chill Guys, but ethereal units are just so risky against the Empire. Yeah, I don't know. Not super confident with that, so let's grab... Actually, let's do this. Yes, Black Coach. That will be our terror. That's a nice cheap terror-causing non-ethereal unit. Can be nice and mobile in the back line, hopefully. Get some good disruption in. As for the rest, we can probably come in here and upgrade one of these Skeleton Spears to this Königstein Stalkers. And yeah, looks pretty good to me. Throw some chevrons on some Skelly boys, and let's ready up. The Mortis Engine is really bad in this matchup because you will probably get it sniped by missiles, so I'm not really a fan. I also don't think I have enough magic. I might have should have changed one of those White Kings out for a mana battery instead, but yeah, no flyers. I know, right? No flyers. I probably should have at least brought some bats as well. Aristo's gonna hate me for not bringing bats, but you know, we're going with The Walking Dead today. Let's get these guys in the center. Also saturate the White Kings in the front line as well. And let's also saturate the Corpse Carts in the front line. Hopefully they don't get blasted immediately by a Luminarch, but that would be hilarious. Okay, now we've got the Black Coach back here. Do we want to push Blood Knights on either side or both on one side? I kind of am feeling just overload both on one side. And then these two can kind of work in tandem over here. Maybe? We'll try that. Yeah, maybe try and draw a unit out from that side, but anyway. Hit him with the good luck, have fun. Or fun have. And yeah, we'll get it going. Just make sure to pop that Karstein ring in case he's got a Luminarch or something. No Luminarch it looks like. That's good. Let's get moving up. Get some scouting going there. It does look like we've got some Demigryph Knights over there, so that's good to know. Okay. Okay. And we'll get these guys moving up. And let's get these guys over here. Let's get these guys over here. And we'll just, we'll start getting it going here. Get these guys moving in here. Don't want to get too blobbed up, but let's get you moving around here. Let's get you there. You can come support here. We'll just kind of make our leisurely way around here. Black Coach, you can come charge in here now. Let's nerf the attack stats there. Alright, got the black coach activated. Oh, looks like he's coming for us. We don't want that. Let's get another zombie summon here to stop up his retreat there. Get a nice charge in there. You guys can come support over here. Oh no, my Blood Knights, what are you guys doing? I did not tell you to go over there, for sure. But that's totally fine. So cool, we can come drop a rear charge now over here and just leave those spears for the time being. Let's keep the blob moving. Need to not get too blobbed up here. Let's get you guys out and around. Let's get you guys in here. My Blood Knights are now over here. Okay, so you guys can come over here. You guys can rear charge them. Maybe not. Maybe we'll keep you out here. Go after Volkmar instead. Since Volkmar's a bit out of position, can continue that on. I'm also not using my black coach at all, which is really bad. But yeah, White King, you also need to move up in here. Need to get you guys moving. Just kind of seriously blobbed up right now. But that's fine. We can play the attrition game for a while. That's totally fine with me. Let's run over some of these great swords here. Can maybe come hit these ones. Let's drop a rear charge right here with these knights. Get Vlad moving as well. Get you guys moving. Ooh, that was nice. That was a nice... Let's counter that with a nice little heal. I think we can direct charge those demis right there. Okay, let's get you guys out of here. Black Coach needs to come. Actually, charge for Wolfmar, please. You guys can get out of there. Oh, nope. My Blood Knight's getting wrecked. Nope, that didn't work at all. And I totally discharged Volkmar with the wrong thing, which is totally fine. But, yeah. Oh, I think we might have caught that Warrior Priest out. That's great. That was really good, actually. That was really, really good. Volkmar is taking damage, too, but not as much as I would have liked. Let's see. Let's check in on the fun time here. Oh yeah, you Blood Knights are getting destroyed again, so let's get out of there. Vlad can move in. This thing needs to be in a useful position, and you could come. Now, I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure what to do with you. I guess just keep charging. You guys can go finish them off. Yes, nice little tear route right there. Let's get you back into that back line now. Go hit that over there. Blood Knights can recover, come back to the corpse cart. Let's get some more magic with Vlad. I have not been super diligent about that, but that's fine. Let's get Vlad going. I don't know. I think Vlad might be able to just chad this one out here. But let's fall back with the Blood Knights. Varric's Reavers can stay. And then we'll come re-engage. And then I don't think we have enough for an overcast dance kebab, but let's at least hit those guys with a heal there. I don't know. I don't think my Blood Knights are doing enough. I think I made too many mistakes with them, but we'll see. We'll see. It's not completely over yet, but it's not looking great. Yeah, man, those Royal Altar Fights are still completely healthy. I don't understand how I've done no damage to them whatsoever with my Blood Knights. Oh, man. I guess just the healing has been good enough, huh?
The living will join us.
I don't have enough for zombie summons. Yeah, I definitely should have brought a mana battery on one of those corpse carts. That definitely would have been quite helpful to have, but the White Kings actually did okay. I'm pretty happy with how they kind of anchored that front line there.
Now, it shall be so.
Volkmar is just such a tank. He's hard to deal with for sure. Let's go get a rear charge there where the White King is. You can stay fighting. I'm fine with Vlad just tanking these guys for the time being. But that corpse card is going to go down, which is not the best.
The world is mine.
Okay, we got those guys routed off. Let's get the Black Coach back over here. The Black Coach is carrying me pretty hard right now, guys. Not going to lie. But looks like those demis are coming for me. So let's stay there. Let's maybe have the White King go back. Yeah, you can keep fighting Volkmar if you want to. That's fine with me. I'm just curious what happens if I actually charge. I'm pretty sure this battle's over anyway, but see if we can't. Yeah, they're gonna get a hold of me there. Nope, nope. That's the end, I think. Maybe. There we go. We got out. Nice. Not that it's gonna matter, but we can come over here and summon another unit of zombies at least.
On death's wings. I obey. With haste.
Oof. Yeah, considering the mistakes, I just made some mistakes with my Blood Knights, honestly, in taking some bad engagements. I should have just waited, because, like, right now, if I had waited to use my Blood Knights until right now, like, all of his infantry support is gone. So then we kind of got really favorable engagements on the Demigryph Knights. But yeah, I just got a little bit over-aggressive there, as always.
You dare?
See if we can't rear charge Volkmar here. Volkmar's taking some hits. I don't know. I don't think I can win this, but nope, that's it.
Bow before me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a good point, Falcon. If I had Vlad's debuff on those Demigryph Knights when I charged in with those Blood Knights, yeah, Dance Macabre, yeah, I would have wrecked them for sure, but I did not have any of those things going off at the right time, but yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that heal on the zombies was also kind of a mistake for sure. I should have saved my magic for just healing the Blood Knights, honestly, or giving them more attack. But yeah, it is what it is. To be honest, I don't play vampire counts, and I kind of hate them. So yeah, the whites both did really good, though. I'm definitely gonna continue using that. One of them 89 kills. That's not bad. One of them only got 23 kills, but just having them help saturate in the front line and just do that heroic damage is definitely pretty helpful. Yeah, Konigstein Stalkers didn't end up doing anything. I probably should have just traded them out for spears and just, I don't know, maybe gone with some more stuff. I'm not really sure, but yeah. Yeah, well, Aristo, if I had had all the appropriate support, like I think, well, number one, charging in there was way premature, but yeah, if I had supported properly, I think I definitely could have won, but I don't think I killed a single Demigryph Knight model, so yeah, that was brutal. Yep. Good stuff. Yeah, well, I didn't support it. Exactly. So, yep. Yeah, thanks, Slax. Thanks for the games. So, Okay, so let's go ahead and have a look here. Custom battle. Go ahead with questions you guys have. I've got all the rosters here now in front of me, so any questions you guys have, we can go ahead and have a look here. So, yep, just kind of touching on some high-level things in terms of general changes. The High Elves didn't really get much. We can compare Lithanar and Wolfheart, though. I think that'd be useful for you guys to take a look at, right? So, a Lithanar, fully kitted out, is a lot more expensive. Wolfheart, fully kitted out, whoops, not nearly as expensive. I also think that Wolfheart's just objectively better because, number one, he has nets, which is always competitive. Number two, he has huge anti-large damage on his bow. Like, if you guys look here, 400 total missile damage plus 120 bonus versus large. So, yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good. The main difference between Lithanar and Wolfheart is, number one, the missile damage. Number two, the range. If you look here, Lithanar has 300 range compared to Marcus, which only has 180. Marcus is on par with most, archer-type units, but yeah, in terms of Lithanar himself, he does have, obviously, different abilities. They're not necessarily, I would say that the snare is better, obviously. Like, a net is just a super competitive ability in general. But, the mislead isn't terrible. It's okay. You can kind of use it to do some different things. The dark in the skies, it's okay. Again, if you're running in with a bunch of archers, but it's not wildly useful. The missile resistance is definitely pretty nice if he's going to get sniped by other missile units, but let's see. Shadow Crown, I don't know that I would take that. The extra speed and melee defense is nice, but anyway, Moonbow's pretty good, though. But yeah, the main difference is I think that Lithanar does need a little bit of a missile damage buff. Like, the missile damage is just so significantly different here. If you look, it's he even has a longer reload time as well. Marcus has a 7.2, I believe. Yeah, 7.2 reload time, and Lithanar has a 9.9 second reload time. So, yeah. Lithanar does have better melee stats, especially considering his martial prowess, but it's not that much better, especially his armor. He's still a squishy elf at the end of the day, and, I think he has less HP. Oh, no, the same amount of HP as Marcus, but, yeah. Yep, so it's an interesting comparison. I definitely think that Lithanar needs a buff, though, to his missile damage in comparison, because he just doesn't do enough damage. He also has less ammunition. So if you add up the ammunition plus the missile damage difference, Marcus just has a way higher damage output capacity, and he also puts out damage a lot faster. So, no, Aristo, I don't think I want to do that. You can do that on your own time. I don't think I need to spread that around to the general public. But yeah, if you wanted to do that, you certainly could. I did make a fire build for the Lizardmen that I haven't been able to try out against anyone yet. This is not technically tournament legal. I would need to change a couple things here, but let's see. Oh man, I'm 100 short. Couple hundred short, actually, so we'll do this. And then we can bring these guys and just kit out some more spells here. Grab that and that. Yeah. Wolfheart can't beat Skinks. Yeah, his melee stats are pretty low, honestly. That's his biggest weakness. And, yes, he's very powerful. He is relatively cheap as well, which is really nice for the Empire. But he is very squishy. If you get him caught out, he'll get killed pretty quick. And, yeah, at 1,700, he's not that cheap. The Huntsman General, honestly, is going to be pretty good in some matchups. I would pretty much always cut that Arrow of Akshi. The Glittering Scales is probably worth it. But at 1141, he's pretty good. Again, very squishy as well, but yeah, Tomb Kings are going to have a hard time against Empire for Lord Sniping. That's true. You can do some pretty hilarious things for sure. Yeah, unfortunately, I had some testing replays saved, but I think they all got borked. I guess we can check. Well, maybe not. What do you guys think? What do you want to see? You let me know what you want to see here. I've got the game, the keys here for you, right? So, yeah. Does the generic guy have a net? No, he does not. He only has the fire abilities. Although the oil flask does give a significant speed debuff, it is not a net. And it does have significantly shorter range, I think, than Wolfheart's net. Wolfheart's net is 100 meter range, and the oil flask is only a 70 meter range. So, yeah, not as strong for sure. But, Mr. Toto, unfortunately, I don't drink alcohol, including champagne. So, yeah. I can already tell you, Daniel, the Shredder of Lustria wins that pretty easily, but yeah, I could see. I don't know how borked my testing replays actually are, because I don't know what all they changed from the old build to this one. I know they were buffing Razordons, but I don't know if they had changed anything else. So, and you can miss with the oil flask. That's a good point, Ryan. You can miss with the oil flask. But it also does significantly increase the damage of your other units potentially as well, which the net does not. So, yeah. Yeah, basically in terms of his missile damage, it's the same missile damage as Marcus, just slightly less bonus versus large, and the AP values are switched, so it's primarily non-AP damage. But the new RORs, so the Death Jacks I quite like in certain matchups. They have stock, Vanguard, and Snipe, so you can do some sneaky things like getting them into your opponent's backline and shooting their artillery crews, stuff like that. Yes, only the gun wagons are Parthian. That would be a bit silly if the mortar wagons were Parthian, Shetland. But, yeah. For the other new regiments of renown, the Huntsmen I don't think are super worth it. I think that's a bit expensive, and for 650, base Huntsmen are already pretty good. But I wouldn't make them more expensive than that. Probably the most powerful one, and the one you might see the most often, but is also the hardest to use, is the Black Lions, the Hellblaster. This is by far my favorite unit in the DLC, I just have to say. The Hellblaster wagon, if you can keep this thing safe, like in any matchup where you can win a decisive mobility advantage, and you can keep this thing safe, it's going to be devastating. That being said, it's also not great against factions which can shoot back at it, like Dwarfs and Skaven. But yeah, the Hellblaster wagon is amazing. So fun. But yep, as for regular war wagons, they're a little bit weird. I do think they need to buff the missile damage a little bit, but just because the missile damage isn't that great, the melee damage isn't amazing. They do okay at disrupting your opponent's advance, and they are kind of for certain factions, they are somewhat hard to kill. Just because a lot of people wouldn't necessarily game plan for chariots against Empire, but yeah, definitely Shetland, definitely. I have a replay showing coming out tomorrow. I might just release that later today actually, because I can. But I have a super fun game using the Steam Tank and the Regiment of Renown Hellblaster in tandem. Super fun replay. But yeah. As for other stuff for the Empire, how this just affects them in general, it's going to be interesting. You know, they already have a lot of really strong lord choices. Karl Franz obviously is still just as powerful as before. The Archlector got more powerful. Both the Archlector and Volkmar got more powerful because of the change to Soulfire. So for those of you guys who haven't seen this, Soulfire no longer gives magic resistance. It now does really good magic damage, and it doesn't damage friendly troops at all. But I'm not saying they're not viable, Falcon. I'm just saying I think their missile damage needs to be a little bit higher for what you get out of them. They're good in certain matchups, but they're a weird unit to use for sure. But do you know if the Anvil makes units large in AoE or just himself? Like the dwarf? What? The dwarf and runesmith on the Anvil? The Rune Lord? It makes him into a large entity target, yes, but I don't think it does for the people around him. No, so the ground effect thing, Shetland, is for, like, a lot of units weren't getting the appropriate effect for, like, being in forest or being in shallow water. That's, like, if you look in the patch notes and you see that ground effect on any units, that's what that means, is they are now appropriately assigned to be either large or small, depending on, like, forests. Yeah, the phrasing weirds me out, too, right? It's strange, but The Rune of Wrath and Ruin, though, is nasty now. 72% charge speed, 72% speed, so the Dwarfs are definitely going to be top tier again. Likewise, the Gyrocopters with their anti-large, plus 15, really, really good for the Brimstone guns. I mean, Bombers were already pretty good in the last patch, so... yeah, that's the new rune there, is the Rune of Wrath and Ruin. It's no longer does any damage, but it now much more significantly nerfs speed and charge speed, so... Yeah. Yeah, I've tested it out. It's pretty good, honestly. The Dwarves are going to be really good in the next patch, but... Seal and a hail of arrows. Yeah, not so much powder anymore, but definitely a hail of arrows for sure. So, yeah. Let's see, what else? What else can we take a look at that's new? Balthazar Gelt has his own faction now, so that's fun. Let's see here. Chaos Spawn being 900 cheaper is actually really nice for the Beastmen as well. Just in general, Minotaurs got better. I still, personally, am probably only ever going to take the Shielded Minotaurs because 46 melee defense is pretty good for monstrous infantry. They do hit pretty hard, and they have more armor than the regular Minotaurs, but yeah, pretty decent. Yes, Gelt's color scheme is... let me show you guys here. We'll auto-generate an army for Gelt's faction here. And here we go. Oh man, that dwarf build, that auto-gen dwarf build though, holy shit. Oh man, that's deep. That's pretty deep on the fire damage. Nakai and Throg, yeah, sure. Beastmen Wood Elves, sure, we can take a look at them. Wait, what was I even doing? Yeah, you can't auto-gen without caps, yes. Yes, that's true, Shetland. But, oh yeah, we were looking at the color scheme for Gelt. It is very, very yellow. Like, very yellow. I was expecting it to be a little more gold, honestly. But it is, like, extremely yellow. Yeah, it looks pretty interesting, honestly. I don't know that I'm the biggest fan. But it looks pretty cool with the Reiksguard, because their plumes are, like, all, you know, got the yellow on them. Although that might look that way for the base Reiksguard as well. They may have changed that, but yeah. It's weird. It's very, very yellow. Like the floppy hats especially. These great swords. Yeah, I don't like it. I'm not a fan. I don't think I'll be using it. But... It's Colonel Mustard rides again, for sure. The Lemon Empire, yes, the Lemon Empire. Yeah, it's pretty cringy for sure. So, yep. So yeah, could we do a quest battle? Sure, I could do a quest battle. Quest battle. Let's go find one. Let's do... Should we do one of the Lizardmen ones? Where are they? Holy cow. Okay, here we go. Let's do... Gorok's only got the one. Let's do that one. Oh yeah, I was going to compare Nakai and Throg. You distracted me, Shetland. I blame you. Wow, this is a weird quest battle. It looks like we're all like having 3 separate engagements, so this should be interesting. I have just a literal stack of Saurus. That's weird. Yeah, Wood Elves and Beastmen. Yeah, sure. Sure. Let this play out here. Yes, what he said. All of what he said. Okay, it looks like the battle's starting already, so maybe I should start helping now. Okay, so we've got a giant line of Saurus here. And we've got a giant line of spears here, so let's get them all moving up. Let's get you going here. We've got, let's get Buddy Boy on 3. You can be 4. You can be 5. You can be 6. Let's get you counter-firing some of that artillery. You can come here. You guys will be 2. You guys will be 3. That's fine. Actually, you know what? I want you on 3. So, oops, getting charged by rat ogres over here, which is not the best. Okay, getting a little bit blobbed up. Let's not get too blobbed up here. Let's see, get you actually shooting there. Oh, looks like we got a nice pizza delivery opportunity right here, so let's go ahead and drop that. Shield of the old ones can be here in the center. Drop a heal there as well. Gorok is rocking it up in the front line so we can keep pushing through there. That was a great pizza delivery. Saurus are pushing through. We can push a couple units into the back line there. So far so good. Okay, getting a break here. Can push back to get on those artillery pieces. That hell pit's taking a beating there. We can also get another pizza delivery here. Get Gorok doing his thing. Yes, you guys need to chase those missile units in the back. Nice pizza delivery there. Gonna proc a terror route. Beautiful. So yeah, that's that force pretty much dealt with. Let's go move the laser lizard over to the other side to start helping out our allies. Same thing with Croak. We can move some spears over there to protect him as well. Let's see here. This guy is chasing, so we can start taking you over there. Pretty much just use this infantry to chase all this stuff off here. Luther Harkon. Harkon's coming. What? I didn't sign up for this. I thought we were just fighting Skaven. Okay, so we need to kind of get some guys gathered up over here. We don't need both of you guys chasing. Let's just leave the one Saurus. Let's get you guys going over here. You guys can go over there. Gorok. Let's see. There's a Fire Slawn over there, so evidently that is doing quite well. And it does look like it's some Vampire Coast, so yeah, good job, Fire Slawn. We got this guy coming over here, so we can kind of move up over on that side. You guys as well. Just keep moving over here. We need to keep making sure we chase off all this stuff. A lot of stuff in this corner over here, so get these Saurus moving over here. While you guys can continue moving. Whoops, there's a wall there. So let's go get in those gunners. And okay, so here is the majority of Harkon's force. Good thing that it's mostly artillery obstructed, so we won't be able to get a ton of great shots right off the bat, but we do want to get our units over there as quickly as possible, so let's keep move on going. You guys, what are you shooting at? Let's actually save your ammo for now for some of those big targets that are coming through. And at this point, we can probably just move up all the spears right here, and even the swords, or the Saurus, honestly. Oh no, there's still a few fighting back here. We definitely need to leave these guys. Not staying super diligent about finishing off this this force over here, but that's fine. Send a few more boys over there. Oh man, that missile fire getting a little bit blobbed up. Okay, that's fine. Doing good there. Ooh, Harkon dropped down. That's risky. So let's start blasting him so we can nerf his melee stats. That's risky. You're being pretty risky, Harkon. Let's go beat up that fleet dude there. Throw a heal on the support. Oh no, getting terrified by a doom wheel. Don't think I sent enough Saurus to actually deal with this problem. That's fine. I think it's more important that we deal with these other things right now. Although I don't want those Necrofexes shooting me too much, so we are going to start to move some units over there. Yes, yes, I know, Saurus. You're not particularly happy about all of what's going on here, but nope, stay in combat. Cool. Starting to get some units moving in. Oh, gun bats. I don't have anything that can take on those gun bats. That's not fun. Heal's not quite up there, so let's keep moving through. Let's keep moving through. Let's keep moving through. Get on those depth guard there. Korok is a big Saurus. Yes, he is. He's a big boy. That's not very nice. Oh. Oh, what? What? What just happened? What? I lost? Oh. The Slawn must survive. Oh, that's dumb. I didn't even see that objective. I would have hailed the Slawn instead. That's silly. Oh, well. Yep. I didn't even realize I had to keep him alive. I did. I let them kill what's his face. Oh, well. Anyway. We'll try that again another time. I didn't even look at the objectives, so that's my bad. Yeah, I do a great job of paying attention to all the things, guys, in case you didn't know. I never forget about anything. So, yeah. Yeah. I didn't even realize. I did not even realize. I'm going to be 100% honest. So, anyway, what were we going to look at? We're going to look at Beastmen, right? So, what was the changes you guys wanted to go over on Beastmen? I mean, Minotaurs I already talked about. Chaos Spawn I already talked about. Giants got a little bit cheaper, which is nice. The Ungor Spearmen getting Vanguard and Stock is also really nice as well. So they can now go full Vanguard with the rest of your army. Yeah. Interesting. Interesting, Plax. Yeah, I have not played that quest battle. I'm not going to lie. I haven't played any of the Lizardmen campaign because I've only been playing Empire. So, yeah. I'm sure that's a lot easier in campaign when you actually have a decent army, but that army is just like... I mean, I get it, full stack of Saurus, but... Yeah. Centaurs for Nehekara Horsemen? Sure. I mean, Nehekara Horsemen are still going to be better, for sure, but let's have a look. Tomb Kings. Let's see here. Nehekara Horsemen. So, yeah. Nehekara Horsemen still just have better combat stats. Obviously not as high of a charge bonus, but that melee defense matters a lot, and the extra armor and everything, so... They did get a nerf, yeah, they did get a nerf, but they're still really good. They're still going to be very cost effective, I think, at 650. But... yeah. I don't know. Maybe the Centaurs. I mean, the Centaurs would probably win, I just don't know that it's super great. But... yeah. So if we compare Nakai and Throg, the issue with Nakai is that he's too expensive, and you will very quickly see that if we compare these two. So let's go ahead and take a look. So Throg here, we've got, yeah, Throggy Boy. If we strip him down of all of his abilities, you can see he's only 1,600. If we take a look at Nakai, Nakai with no abilities is 1,850. So yeah, Nakai is 150 points... no, 250 points more expensive. I can do math. 250 points more expensive for Nakai, and he has no regeneration. He has a little bit better weapon strength, but that doesn't account for the bonus versus large, right? Throg also has Frostbite. Throg is, has a higher charge bonus. Again, less armor, less leadership, but he has higher total HP and regeneration. So, I mean, yeah. Throg also has 10 better melee defense, which is significant. 50 melee defense is good. 40 melee defense for a melee brawler hero is really not great. So, yeah. Yeah, Throg is just straight up better than Nakai. And honestly, I think Nakai is overpriced. I think he needs to be the same price as Throg, or maybe even a little bit cheaper to be worth it. The Kroxgor Ancient, on the other hand, is only 1,200 points for pretty good leadership, pretty good health, and heavy armor, armor-piercing anti-infantry. He doesn't cause terror, but he does cause fear. I really wish this guy was a hero, I'm not going to lie. But honestly, as a lord, he's not a terrible option, mostly just because he's cheap. Allows you to go pretty wide. He also does have, again, a Horn of Kygor, nice little support buff, but yeah. Now it should be better. Yeah, Shetland, it definitely should be. Although I never brought Centaurs in that matchup anyway. I think it's much more worthwhile to bring the pigs instead. But yeah. Yeah, Nakai, definitely not the greatest. He definitely needs a price reduction in my opinion, but what else? You guys got any other questions for me? Probably going to sign off here relatively soon in the next 10 minutes or so. Going to go take a break, and then I will be hanging around Heir of Carthage's stream later this evening. I know he is planning on streaming, so yeah. Gorok versus Krokar on foot. I'm pretty sure Gorok wins, but we can try that. That might be interesting. I'm like 99% sure Gorok wins, but yeah, I'm pretty sure Gorok will win. But we can try. Let's get Glacial Lake here. No, Aristo. Luminarchs are limited to 2 in the unit caps, so you can only play with 2. But yeah, keep in mind this is without the items as well. With the items, it's going to be super one-sided in favor of Gorok, but I think Gorok will still beat Krokar just because he has better melee defense. And Krokar does have better melee attack, but I think Buddy Boy here wins this. Let's pop the buffs. Gorok, no, actually, in this, guys, they're the same. If you bring Gorok's items, then he does cost more. But, I mean, then obviously Krokar can take mounts, right? Which then makes him cost a lot more, so it's pretty even right now. It's pretty even. It's probably going to come down to a lot of RNG, but let's fast forward a little bit here, and yeah, I think Gorok, just because of the higher melee defense, is going to take less hits here. And so over time, it'll take him some time, but I think that he will win eventually. And keep in mind as well, this is without his self-buff item, which would have obviously swung this a lot more in his favor, but Gorok is just straight up better than Krokar. I can't really think of a reason to take Krokar right now, unfortunately. Like if I wanted a Carnosaur Lord, I'd probably go with Old Blood because he has a support buff and he's cheaper. Yeah. Yeah. Gorok, I think, is just going to be straight up. You're either going to take Gorok or you're going to take an Old Blood. I don't really see a reason to take Krokar anymore, unfortunately. So, Hand of the Gods, yeah. Krokar has anti-large, but I mean, if you take the Old Blood on the Carnosaur, he does too, right? And I guess Krokar has a little bit better stats, but I don't know if that's really worth it at the end of the day for the extra cost. Hand of the Gods is good, but it's not that good, and it does have a tendency to miss as well, so yeah. For me, that's not a good enough reason to take him over the attack buff of the Horn of Kygor. Like, Horn of Kygor is actually really strong, right? 25 melee attack, bit of extra leadership and charge bonus, so yeah. Felcon, I would put Empire in the top tier now as well. I would definitely set Empire's top tier now as well. Oh yeah, I will also point something out here about the Slans. And I don't know I think this applies to most casters in general, but if we go ahead and strip everything off of the Life Slan here, you'll notice the Life Slan costs 800. If we go ahead and have a look at the Fire Slan as an example here, the Fire Slan's actually going to be cheaper, so 650. So you do actually pay a premium for taking Lore of Life, at least with the Lizardmen. You'd pay, you know, what is that, 150 point premium? So, yeah. We'll see you later, Legatus. Dawi could potentially be top tier as well, Shelland. I do agree with that. With some of the buffs they got, I think Dawi could legitimately top tier. But I think it's fine, Shetland. Honestly, for me, this is a really good way of balancing Lore of Life because it's just such a common lore of magic. It's a no-brainer in so many situations that I think it should be more expensive because it is objectively one of the most powerful lores of magic, right? So, yeah. Does he have Terror on the Doom Wheel now? Yes, I do believe they fixed that. Yes, the Warlock Master on the Doom Wheel. So he could actually be a kind of okay, cheaper alternative to Mr. What's-His-Face there. Although I still think you're just going to want to take Ikit. I mean, he is quite a bit more expensive, but he's not that much more expensive. Once you thin him down, actually not much more expensive at all. So I still don't see a reason to take the Warlock Master over Ikit, but... Well, I mean, what are his items? Scroll of Power, Wand of Jet. Okay. I mean, the Wand of Jet's nice, but I think does Ikit has his own regeneration thing that, you know, blows him up, but still. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. He needs to be cheaper, I think, in comparison to Ikit, but... You're fake news, Italian. Big thanks for the donation, man. Huge thanks. Yeah, Fear and Terror. If he's on the Doom Wheel, you can see Fear and Terror. Yeah, it was broken. Yeah, but there's still no reason to take him, but that helps for campaign, definitely. Let's see here. Lord of Nehekara? Yeah, Lord of Nehekara is really good. It's the only one I use as Tomb Kings. Yeah, I'm actually 12, guys. Yeah, pretty much. So, okay, I just want to try something here. So bear with me just a minute. I'm gonna move some stuff around, and I'm gonna see if we can make some of these old testing videos work. But yeah, let's see here. That's not what I wanted. Where did I put them? Maybe not. Maybe I deleted these. Yeah, I actually don't know where I put those testing replays. Sorry, guys. I'll have to find them later, but... I did already show Gelt's banner. Yep, the Golden Order. And I showed off his color scheme as well, so... Yeah. Barona's Time Warp. Yeah, Lore of Light did get a change. Again, for those of you guys who didn't see it, this is huge. This is huge specifically for the Empire and for the Lizardmen. I don't think it'll matter. It won't matter at all for Tomb Kings, actually. But for the Empire and for the Lizardmen, and maybe less so for the High Elves, the Lore of Light passive now gives immunity to Psychology and for leadership map-wide for 11 seconds. So, yeah. I will actually take Exorcism now on the Lore of Light, and especially if you're spamming out like Foz Protection and, you know, Barona's Time Warp and stuff, you can be potentially getting quite a bit of immune to Psychology on that, so excellent change. Really, really nice change. Plague Vortex spell, it's a weird one. I've never really liked it, to be honest. It does okay, but it's just, it takes a long time to actually do its damage, and it's very easy to dodge, so yeah. Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter, Shetland, for undead units. They're all undead are immune to Psychology. Fear and Terror have no effect on them, right? So, the new casket. I have not tried the new casket. I mean, it only got 2 more projectiles, which isn't wildly useful, but I mean, yeah. Maybe it's better. It does 9 projectiles now. I guess that's a pretty good buff, but... No, Kotep counts as undead. He's just not flammable, but he does count as undead. And has crumbling and everything, so, yep. I like it quite a bit. I take Kotep double Vortex on the Chariot quite often, actually. against Greenskins, against some other factions as well. Definitely a lot of fun. Yep, I guess technically he's alive, but in terms of the game, he's considered undead. He still has crumbling and everything. He's not like Arnessa, who is literally a living unit in an undead roster, right? But in terms of other changes for the Tomb Kings, I don't really remember. I don't think there was a ton. For high elf builds, maybe, probably not, Eugene. Dryads I will use, yes, because they're another cheap unit for the high elves, and the high elves don't have a lot of cheap units, so like you can take a pretty wide line with Dryads and Spearmen, maybe mix in a couple White Lions here. Granted, you do have to take Alarielle at that point, but I mean, she's pretty strong in her own right, so that's not necessarily a bad thing. Depending on your spell selection, she actually can be reasonably cheap as well. But yeah. ROR Tomb Guard, yes, they did get some serious changes. So let's take a look. Kepler Guard now have much better melee stats and bonus versus infantry. So that was my main gripe with them before, is that they had terrible melee defense compared to the base Tomb Guard, which makes them objectively worse. But now you see they have just slightly better melee defense and better melee attack, much better melee attack, right? But that bonus versus infantry will help very significantly, +9. It's not a ton, but yeah, it's something. I still, just for 1050, for a unit that only has 50 armor and not the most melee defense in the world and is also weak to fire, like, it's just a lot. It's a lot. But maybe they'll be okay. Maybe they'll be okay. I'll have to try them out in some more matchups, but yeah. Yeah. The Blessed Legion of Thoth got a faster refire rate. Oh, and also, if you guys noticed, if you have unit caps turned off, you can actually take duplicate regiments of renown as well. So, yeah. Yep. So this is something that you can do with the unit caps turned off in custom battle, which is also honestly kind of cool. That's not something that we had the ability to do before without mods, so honestly quite like that. But yeah, what other changes can we go over? Grimgor got a little bit cheaper, as did Skarsnik. Most of the Greenskin Lords on foot got a little bit cheaper. I still wish they had more HP, but that's fine. Yeah, the Silver Shield helps a lot. That's why I like regular Tomb Guard so much. They're pretty decent, honestly, for the cost. But yeah, let's see what else. Vampire counts. Spooky counts. Crypt Horrors got better AP. And in terms of unit caps, Mortis Engines are limited to 1. So if I go ahead and turn those back on, you can see Mortis Engines limited to 1, and they also count as a rare single entity. Oh yeah, for Wood Elves, somebody was wanting me to show. There's quite a few changes for the Wood Elves. If you look here, Orion now has Vanguard deployment. So, hey, good night, Falcon. Thanks for joining. Yes, all of those, Apiodici plus Bretonnia, and the Dwarfs probably will get a DLC as well. I don't know about the vampire counts, but yeah, good stuff here. Orion now has Vanguard, which is super fun. You guys saw that earlier probably in Turin's stream. Let's see, what else was changed? The Wild Hunters of Kurnos. This is a huge change, and this is going to help the Bretonnia matchup specifically, I think, quite a bit. Wild Hunters of Kurnos no longer have Guardian. Instead, they got Anti-Large, plus 13 bonus versus Large, and they now deal magic damage as well. So they're going to be really good at taking on like Grail tier units against Bretonnia. So that's a really nice change. There were a few cost changes as well that were really nice. Particularly Wildwood Rangers at only 900 points are going to be a lot easier to make pay for themselves. They're a lot less menacing for some reason at 900 points. But yeah, I think you'll be seeing a lot more of these Wildwood Rangers definitely. It is good, which is definitely a good thing. I mean, they have really good offensive stats, right? So, yeah. Yeah, it's an interesting one. I guess Bretonnia did get that campaign rework, but I mean, in terms of getting a DLC, right? Like a full lore pack with new units, new regiments of renown and everything. I think that everyone's going to be getting one, but yeah. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. What else did they change? The Waystalker also got cheaper now, so you can take him with nothing for 600, which is probably not super worth it, but it's something, you know. Maybe you take the Arrow of Kurnos only, and you just have a cheap way of sniping some artillery pieces in certain matchups. Yeah, Shetland, this is a huge patch. This is probably the biggest patch that we've ever had for Total War Warhammer in terms of new content, plus updates to old content, plus, you know, pretty big changes across the board, so... I think I am probably going to call it now, though. We've been chilling, streaming for 2 hours, so huge thanks to everyone who joined. Thanks as well for the donations from Sparty, and I forget there was one at the very beginning as well. I apologize. I think that was Faust that also gave a donation, so yes, Faust, yep. Big thanks. Thank you once again. 8,000 subs. What can I say? We're here all together. It's because of you guys that I'm here, right? So, and that I have access to this awesome early access content. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for helping the channel grow over these years, and yeah, let's see if we can't make it to 10,000 by the end of the dream, the end of the end of the year. That's the dream, right? So, if you guys have friends who are interested in Total War Warhammer, or you know people that play that maybe don't watch a lot of multiplayer or whatever, just share the channel as much as you can. I'm really pushing to try and get to 10,000 by the end of the year, and with your guys' help, I think we can do it. So yeah, big thanks, huge thanks again to Shetland and Anti-Mage, both channel members. If you guys want to become channel members, for those of you who are in countries where you can, feel free to do so. You can support me on Patreon if you would like, or just keep watching, liking, commenting, sharing. All of that is massively helpful as well. So thank you once again for watching. We'll see you guys next time. I'm going to be back tomorrow with more streaming. I'm probably going to be doing some Empire campaign on stream tomorrow. So yeah, look forward to that, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye now.